To 11, win by 2, side out scoring, and let's play pickleball. The Johnsons on the board first.
And you'll see a lot of cross-court dinking between the ladies with J.W. Johnson and Ben Johns looking to jump in there on the ball that sails just a little high.
And J.W. Johnson finds a slight opening down the middle, a rare opportunity between Ben Johnson and Leigh Waters.
Yeah, you saw Leigh go to fade to the right to set up her two-handed backhand, and J.W. Johnson saw her before she moved.
Mishandled by J.W.
And that's a good setup there, just missed from J.W. Johnson. You'll see both Leigh and Jorja speeding it up at the guys in front of them. They are not scared at all, and that's critical to keep them honest by putting the ball to the left of J.W. and Ben. And hey, why not have a little net love on your favor here as well?
0-2-2.
Into the net goes Jorja Johnson. This is side out scoring. You can only score on your serve. Ben Johns is the second server on his side. There's the opportunity taken by Jorja Johnson, testing the backside of Ben Johns, gets the side out. Smart play.
Yeah, that's the pattern we're going to see for the entire match here, Michelle.
Down the middle finish for J.W. Johnson, taking quite a few steps over on sister Jorja.
Yeah, and this is what you want in mixed doubles. You want to see aggressive play out of the guy because he is looking for you to set that up. That's beautifully done by J.W. Johnson.
Jorja Johnson, 17 years old, going toe-to-toe with the best player in the world.
Yeah, and she's winning these cross-court battles because it is Leigh who is leaving it up in the air, and she is attacking. And the key to their win earlier this year that you mentioned, Michelle, was the attacks of Jorja Johnson.
J.W. Johnson coming to life down the middle. A hot 5-1 start for the Johnson siblings.
Yeah, it's usually Leigh and Ben.
Her run. Up 4 on the #1 team in the world.
Second serve.
Boy, big opportunity there for J.W. Johnson, who is adjusting that Milwaukee Brewers cap that he's been wearing out here that he got on a recent visit to the ballpark.
Jorja Johnson in the hands battle prevails.
We told you lightning was going to strike, and it is Jorja Johnson. She delivered the key blows when they beat this team back in February, and she is doing it again, Michelle.
Side out.
Into the net that time. Side out for Waters and Johns. What a run, though. Up 5 points on the 1 seed. Ben Johns finishes off what Leigh Waters started. Crowd has been fantastic here.
2-6-1.
And Fountain Valley. Ben Johns into the net.
Yeah, and when we see kitchen cam, as you saw during those rallies when everyone's up at the kitchen line, just 7 feet from the net. So you want to try and keep that as low as you can. You cannot volley the ball in there. But if the ball bounces in there, for those people that are new to pickleball, they think they're not allowed to go in there. You most definitely can if it bounces.
3-6-2.
Oh, what a sequence of events. Leigh creating chaos with the lob, and then the Johnsons get back to the kitchen.
Yeah, a lot of people think you can't lob in pickleball because the court's just 20 by 44, but you most definitely can, and that's a great way to take heat off of you. And Ben goes for a severe angle and just pushes it too wide. So nice little rally back from the top seed there.
There's the versatility, though, of Leigh and Ben. They can switch on a dime if need be. ATP attempt from Jorja Johnson, just wide. That's one thing to look out for. A recall around the post. It's an offensive play.
Yeah, you don't have to hit it over the net. If you got room to go around, you most definitely can. And Leigh showed Ben, hey, here's how you hit that shot. Oh, and look at that ride the rail.
Side out.
Leigh would love for that to have hit the line and get the stat for the clean winner ATP or around the post there, but clearly wide.
Unscathed in that service rotation. That's a let serve, which will be replayed. J.W. Johnson looks for the Ernie, sends it back, and the 1 seed is within 1.
Ernie is a move where you jump over the kitchen line, which is perfectly legal. Your takeoff and landing have to be outside the lines, though. He did it there, just didn't make the shot.
Oh, Leigh Waters was locked in and ready for the counter on that lethal two-handed backhand.
Yeah, she adjusted her body so well there to get it out of being jammed up and then just threw it into the opening. That is the no-fly zone with Leigh Waters.
Oh, foot fault. What a play, though. That was so close, and so close to being good for Jorja Johnson.
That's a great read. You want to go for that move when you see your opponent's head is down, and she did. And what happened there, it's on the takeoff, Michelle.
After video review, the referee's fault call stands. As a result of the lost challenge, they lose a timeout. We will resume play at 7-6-1. One timeout here, one timeout here.
As expected, Howard Hepworth, Michael Kunkus, and Mary Namey are 3 referees today. And as we expected, that call stands. Leigh Waters
Time in.
back to serve.
7-6-1.
The first server on her side. Leigh started that one. Ben Johns was there for the cleanup for a moment, and Leigh was playing singles.
Yes, and she's on the left side of the court there. And interestingly enough, earlier in the tournament, mixed doubles is played on Friday. They played an entire game in this formation, and look at that. That practice pays them off in Championship Sunday.
Oh, and then she drops in that third shot off the return, sneaks a roll
9-6-1.
into the kitchen.
What a rampage from the Goats here.
serve.
Nice play from J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, it wasn't even that shallow to the kitchen, but when you show the paddle up like you're going to clobber it and then just leave it right over the court, that's a great shot.
And then Ben Johns pickpockets Jorja. Johnson jams her up. Game point for the 1 seed after being down 6-1, 9 unanswered points. ATP from Leigh Waters, and they'll take game 1.
Second serve.
So when you attack cross court and the court is only 20 feet wide, that ball is going to go wide itself, but Jorja just couldn't get out of the way there.
There's the play she was looking for. Jorja Johnson going straight ahead on Ben Johns on the board first.
Side out.
This third there for J.W. Johnson. Serve back to the 1 seat. Ben Johns takes over, causes the error.
The other thing you'll see here is what we call stacking in pickleball, which means J.W. Johnson wants to be on the left side of the court, so Jorja will return and switch. That gets your team into the optimal positioning.
But it can sometimes handcuff you.
It absolutely can. If your return is short, Michelle, then you are running into a problem. So it puts more pressure on your return, and if you can get a deep serve into the corner, that makes your opponent have to run farther as well.
Down the middle winner for Ben Johns. He does not have any vulnerabilities on his side.
Yeah, especially if you go there. Now, what Jorja's trying to do is funnel that ball to J.W. Johnson's forehand in the middle, but Ben didn't leave it in the middle. He pulled it back towards Jorja, so perfect from Ben there. And this duo is on a mission.
Yeah, for a couple of birds, he's always good for several of those. You explained stacking. And surely there'll be a tweener in here somewhere.
Yeah, we hope so. A tweener will be if there's a lob and you go back and the only choice is to hit it back between your legs. And stacking, we'll see right here as J.W. Johnson will move to the left side of the court and Jorja will fly across. And that's the problem. So 2 things there. J.W. Johnson's protecting Jorja, who's running over there, but he is vacating his side. Leigh had a huge opening there, just didn't make it.
Wide for Jorja.
So the big change in the scoreboard here is how much better Leigh Waters has been on those cross-court dink battles. She's not leaving Ben in any vulnerable position. She's kept it low and shallow to the net. And there's what happens when you stack. You're in a hurry, you're not set. You know the ball is coming there. You had the pressure of your return. And this absolute
7-1-2.
rampage continues.
Side out.
Good pressure from Jorja Johnson, gets the side out, and they desperately need a run here.
Yeah, so now they need to remember,
1-7-1.
hey, we're the team that beat the team. So let's get back to what we do well, which is get to the
Second serve.
kitchen, but you gotta do the fundamentals well. Those are those routine plays I talked about at the top of this show that have to
1-7-2.
be made.
Oh, that's a good find from Jorja Johnson on the backhand punch.
Tremendous, and curled it outside of the paddle reach of Ben Johns here. Watch the action she gets on that. That's
2-7-2.
tremendous.
Not an easy shot to hit.
No, because there's just so little margin of error there.
J.W. Johnson jams up Leigh, and a little run here for the Johnsons.
Yeah. Ben Johns is like, I think this is going wide,
3-7-2.
and didn't choose to hit an overhead, and then it caught that sideline, and that changed the complexion of that point immediately.
Sends it long and surrenders the serve.
Yeah, the same
7-3-1.
stacking problem was right there. J.W. Johnson had a huge opportunity to get that 4th point.
That's a big angle from Jorja Johnson. The crowd liked it too.
Yeah, somebody specifically loved it, cheering for Jorja, and that's the difference
7-3-2.
between tennis. Tennis, you just bounce the overhead because it's a rubber ball into the upper deck. You got to find angles in pickleball because the defense is so good that plastic ball won't bounce up high enough to get into the stand. So the Johnson overhead there was perfect.
Quick sign out for the Johnsons. Wow, Ben John steps in despite a good 3rd shot drop from Jorja Johnson. Unfazed was Ben Johns.
37-2.
Yeah, and one of the most important shots in pickleball to give yourself a chance. The serving team's actually behind when a point starts because the serve and return have to bounce. And Leigh has seen enough and is going to go sit down and call timeout, and Ben will be a very accomplished player himself.
Speaking of Julie Johnson, their mother, also
Yes.
a pickleball pro, runs in the family. Tight-knit group, the Johnsons. Side out, Ben Johns
7-4-1.
take back the first serve on his side. Leigh on the fly on an aggressive poach.
Yeah, so she has one of the best, if not the best, two-handed backhand poaches in the game, but that ball she could only reach with one hand and it was going to go way out, but Jorja couldn't let off, and now another mistake. And that's where the scoreboard gets out of whack. You're thinking, man, they made a run, they're close, and then you look up and it's 9-4.
9-4-1.
No margin of error against Leigh and Ben. It's a good middle ball from Jorja Johnson to hold the momentum for now. Leigh Waters, the 2nd server. One more hold to go for the Johnsons.
And that's what the beginning of the match looked like, with Jorja winning against Leigh cross court.
J.W. Johnson had the point on his side, and the turn of events means Waters and Johns earn another game point on their side.
Point, game,
Miss Annalie Waters and Ben Johns take game 2, 11-4. And the first server of game 3, they need a rally here to come back in this championship series. Cat and mouse from Ben Johns. You normally see it in singles. Here he is in doubles.
Yeah, so when your opponents are defending behind the baseline, dropping the ball is good. That's just the foot speed of J.W. Johnson. Got him back in there, but Jorja couldn't connect.
Oh! Defense on the ATP was a thing of beauty, but Ben Johns with a smirk just finishes off the point.
What a ridiculous shot that was, which you're allowed to do, but George is there for the defense. His favorite movie is Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
Whoa. I believe it just spun off the top of JW's paddle, but a sneaky lob attack from Annalie Waters. Just when you think she's going to speed it up on you, she throws in the lob.
Wow. And the versatility again on display as they had to scamper to the other sides of the court. And that's a good example of the difference between pickleball and tennis when you're watching. That point is over in tennis because there was a ball that was up, but Johns and Waters, known for their offense, are two of the best defensive players in the game as well. And just to clear up what happened there on the serve, if it hits the net, it has to clear the kitchen to be a reserve. So it's a fault since that one just fell into the kitchen.
J.W. Johnson commanding the point, earns the side out. A 3-point hole to dig out of here.
0-3-1.
Scores 3-0-1, denoting that Jorja Johnson is the first server on her side. Thanks to Annalie, it's now 3-0-2, meaning that JW is the second server.
0-3-2.
Ben Johns jams up Jorja Johnson.
There's those narrow margins at the kitchen. If it travels just a little bit and Ben can take it out of the air, there's just only so much you can do because you have to protect both sides of your body when your head's up with Ben Johns. And that's beautiful there from Jorja as he's sliding back to cover the line. They need a jolt of confidence. That could be the one for Jorja.
3-0-2.
Into the net for Annalie Waters. Serve back over to the 3 seed, looking for momentum. And we should also mention Ben Johns, Annalie Waters, two of the best singles players in the world, though they will not be on display here on Championship Sunday, which is the first time ever that has happened.
When they've been in the draw, it's never happened before. Kudos to the folks that sent them packing.
So only 2 events for them today here on Championship Sunday. And 2 for J.W. Johnson as well. What a put away for Annalie Waters. J.W. will have another matchup with Ben Johns in men's doubles. And Anna Leigh will be on display in women's doubles later on this afternoon.
And this is a unique day for Jorja Johnson, as yesterday was women's doubles day, and she had a very good partner in Vivian David who had to scratch due to illness. So Jorja did not play at all yesterday, so she came into this as well rested as you can get in the middle of a tournament.
Sends it long. Kudos to Jorja Johnson with some hands and defense on her side. And usually the schedule's a bit of a scramble because both Anna Leigh and Ben typically play all 3 events on Championship Sunday, so you've got to mix in some rest for them between the events.
Yeah, there's one of those that just stacks up. That ball from Ben Johnson's going to go well deep, and J.W. Johnson couldn't get his paddle out of the way.
Point.
If you think this is a revenge game for Ben and Anna Leigh.
5-0-2.
Off to a 5-0 start. This best 3 out of 5 and make that 6.
Wow. Serve right off the baseline, skids a little bit, and not what you want coming out of a timeout.
6-0-2.
Sometimes your target literally is the body of your opponent, and sending somebody home with a tattoo is a target. Great job by J.W. Johnson getting out of the way. Anna Leigh was not trying to keep that in the court there.
J.W. Johnson speeds it up. Gets Ben Johns out of position.
1-6-1.
They're on the board.
Second serve. 1-6-2. Side out.
Side out for Waters and Johns.
6-1-1.
Looking for their 10th title this season together.
Point.
Sometimes tough to adjust the paddle when it comes off the tape there, and big swat from J.W.
7-1-1.
Johnson, and a very frustrated brother-sister combo.
Ben Johns was a man on a mission, countered by J.W. Johnson, not shying away in that rally.
Got a little practice for later. He's going to be playing with his brother who is injured, and he knows he's going to have to take a lot of the court, so getting some practice reps here. Big swing, but not hit cleanly, so the swing looked like that thing had to be way out, but not a clean contact, so well inside the line. They got to go.
Ben Johns reaches in, closes on that backhand. So good with his touch at the kitchen.
That's why he's the best in the world. He has so many spots that he can target. the pattern, and J.W. Johnson knows that attack will only come down the line from Leigh Waters, and this is perfect execution and why this match is taking a 180 from that early hot start from the Johnsons.
J.W. Johnson puts his athleticism on display.
And you saw Jorja go for an Ernie, but sometimes you just want to funnel the ball into the forehand of your partner, so you don't even necessarily want the ball in that strategically, and that worked out perfectly for them there. Yeah, and JW has got the read on that now. How many times is she going to blast it down the line and have him not make that clean winner?
Second serve.
Same guy.
One, 7-2.
Oh, just back for Jorja Johnson. Side out. And a chance for Waters and Johns to close another championship here. 4 away. Jorja Johnson steps in on a patient point, puts it away.
It only took 27 huge swings to get through the defense of Ben and Leigh there, but they finally got there.
7-1-2.
A good hold for the Johnsons. Waters and Johns stay stuck on 7. Serve back on the side of the 3 seed. Down 6. Not a lot of time to go. You can get a run here, though.
And the crowd wants more pickleball, so they're going to get behind even a missed dink from Ben. They're cheering.
2-7-1.
Middle finesse touch from Ben Johns.
Yeah, and that was telegraphed. I mean, they sent the note, hey, Ben, there's a delivery coming from Jorja Johnson. Just poked it right into the wide open court.
And that's an angle from Ben Johns. He can pretty much put it anywhere he wants. Side out. 4 points away
7-2-1.
from another title. Gutsy point for the Johnson. Just falls shy into the tape.
And an unbelievable half volley lob from Leigh Waters in the middle. And here's a good look at Kitchen Cam. And unfortunately for the Johnsons, Kitchen Cam did not get to see the ball again.
Second serve.
Love to see that net cam, get that close-up view of the players.
Side out.
Another hold for the Johnsons. Waters and Johns get 1 point in that rotation.
2-8-1. Second serve.
Again, the lightning and the firefights going to Waters and Johns. Much higher percentage than when they played earlier this year in Arizona, and there's another one there. And you see Leigh, she fades to her right so she can get a full swing at the two-handed backhand and get it down. Just hitting through it's not good enough.
And that's a close from JW Johnson.
Nice job from Jorja being ready for a little trickery from Ben Johns. Tried the off-speed pitch, and she was sitting on it.
What a setup, well earned by Jorja Johnson. JW, some of the fastest hands on tour.
Yeah, and we talked to the coach, Merchant Morario, about the footwork that Jorja has been working on. There's a great example of that right there. That was not an easy overhead, and she was all over it.
Oh, Jorja comes up with a crafty angle on Ben Johns, catches him on the back door. Down 5. Still a long ways to go, but first server. Another sneak past Ben Johns on the back door.
There's the Leigh walk to the timeout bench. And
on their side, it's 4-8-1, meaning Jorja Johnson's the first server, so they've still got another try if they get held here. Just wide for JW Johnson.
And so clever. JW Johnson got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, cheating in the middle, and had to recover, which he was able to do, but that just set up a series of unfortunate events for the Johnsons.
Ben Johns called it clean and good. And 3-point gap here. Starting to close for the Johnsons. JW Johnson, the second server. Crucial run for them on his serve. Oh, and a sneak attack third rolled over the net to make it a 2-point game.
Six, 8-2.
JW Johnson narrowing the gap to just 1.
Much better with the patterns. Jorja's winning cross court. They're keeping it out of the middle of Ben Johns' forehand taking over. Can they keep it going?
Oh, Jorja Johnson was hoping so. Side out, earned by Waters and Johns.
And JW Johnson was skipping through the fountains over here. Watch him here.
8-7-1.
Just has to stay out of the kitchen if he's going to hit the next shot. Didn't know where it was going. And now Leigh gets pegged, and they have been stuck on 7-8. They got one for a while here.
8-7-2.
Into the net for Johnson. And letting Ben Johns and Leigh Waters off the hook. They're 2 away, taking the title.
Oh, no.
Your takeoff.
Again. On the Ernie, the read is sensational. It's just the practice of the footwork, and it might be the takeoff again. Yeah, so it's the takeoff. So there's something you can learn from video and fix, but here we go.
Championship point right here for Waters and Johns. Not yet, says Jorja and J.W. Johnson. Down 3, everything to lose. They must get some points in this service rotation.
Second serve.
And that's a tough shot to defend. Ben Johns just rolls it at the feet of J.W. Johnson.
7-10-2.
So good finding these deceptive
Yes.
spots and pockets on the court.
Placement over power right there.
Side out.
And
Another
just
miss.
a quick hold.
That was quick. Annalie Waters with
10-7-1.
championship point number 2 on her serve.
Second serve.
Missed third shot drop from Ben Johns. He'll try to close it out.
10-7-2. Side out.
And another quick hold for the Johnsons. They're still alive, barely.
Yes, they returned both those balls to Ben Johns, missed one,
7-10-1.
left the second, third shot up in the air, never got to the kitchen.
J.W. Johnson takes a bounce off the tape. He'll take the break. 2
This
points
is
down.
Not going to be fun for Ben off the net there.
8-10-1.
Good look at that one.
Foot fault.
Oh
Your
no,
momentum
another
took you
foot
in.
fault.
Your
Called
momentum
on
took you in. You were
Jorja
established.
Okay,
Johnson.
so
Second
this
serve.
is a different call. This is a momentum of the shot that she hit.
volleyed
You
the
have
ball.
to establish it.
Momentum
So
puts
she
you in
hit
the
that,
volley zone.
and she's falling
That doesn't matter. Your
forward
momentum continues
and
to take
has
you in.
not established. So that is the call Howard Hepworth is making right
need to be
there.
able to control
It's a
your momentum.
continuous act that you have to reestablish your balance outside of the
it's a
kitchen.
momentum fault. That's my
And
judgment.
Georgia
No, you
didn't
volleyed
do it in Howard Hepworth's opinion there,
doesn't
as she
matter. You
did.
hadn't
She was at
established
the edge of the
yourself before your
cliff trying to
momentum took
stop
you in.
herself. She knew it.
You can do that.
Jorja Johnson is opting to challenge. That's Howard Hepworth, the lead referee who made the call. What's your opinion here?
I want to see if,
Timeout.
yeah, so watch as she's trying to maintain balance.
The result of the video challenge is the referee's fault call stands. Loss of challenge results in loss of timeout. You have 0 challenges, 0 timeouts. We will resume play at 8-10-2.
All right, they still have another service chance at least to close the 2-point gap here. It's win the point or surrender the serve, and another championship point to the 1 seed. Jorja Johnson will take back the second serve.
Time in. 8-10-2.
A lot of pressure on this point. Sends it wide. And another championship point on the side of Waters and Johns. Number 4.
10-1.
Ben Johns finds the corner as he does so well. And Annalie Waters and Ben Johns